Ben, you're a life coach
Yeah.
for celebrities and that kind of thing. I mean,
Yeah.
how can people? I mean, today's the day that everyone sort of decides, right? You know what? Today, that's it. From now on, no more sugar. Or yeah, you know what? That's it. From today, I'm not gonna be sort of upset about this. I'm gonna quit smoking. How can people make resolutions, stick to them?
Well, I've actually just put together a five simple steps to resolutions. The step one pretty much is set one goal. So be real focused on one goal. Don't set so many goals that your mind becomes confused with despair. Take the pressure off. Set one goal and be really specific about that.
Right.
Visualize your goal. So live within your goal. Your mind is quite like a heat-seeking missile. So look at something, go in, and concentrate on it. Your mind will automatically, subconsciously go into autopilot after a while. Won't happen overnight, but with a little bit of simple training, it will happen, and you'll start to find that these things happen naturally. So if it is stop smoking, then just stop smoking today. Set yourself the goal and remind yourself of it every single day. Be specific and know your motivation. So a common mistake when people set goals, so they're not specific with the detail. So if your goal this year is to get out of debt and pay off all the credit that you have, be specific about it. So, for example, if you had £2,500 on a credit card, write it down and make a strategy of how you're going to get out of the situation. It's similar to a game plan. So really know what you want to achieve, so that if anybody was to pick it up, they could follow the same game plan as you. Also, know when you're going to achieve it. So know what's going to happen when you've achieved it, i.e. the £0 sign on the balance sheet, and know what date. So again, it goes back to the heat-seeking missile thing. Your mind will automatically go towards that and set that goal for itself. And be honest as well. I mean, this is a key thing, especially for people that are aiming to lose weight this year. Be honest with yourself. So if you are aiming to lose weight by the end of the year or halfway through the year, or a special event that might be coming up for them, be realistic. You know, get out there and do some exercise. Just thinking about something isn't going to make it happen naturally by itself. Take regular exercise, go to the gym. So take massive action to achieve the goals. And this is my favourite, reward yourself for doing good. It's really important that people actually know when they're doing good and reward themselves for it. New Year's resolutions are great if you stick to them, but also even better if you can set them, achieve them, and reward yourself for doing so. So again, if you stop smoking this year and that's your goal, all that money that you've saved up, set yourself a goal to spend that money either on getting yourself out of debt and paying off the credit card bill, or treating yourself to a nice holiday, or maybe a new car at the end of the year.
Can I ask just one quick question, right? And that is, I think today's the good day, in the sense that everyone's at home this morning thinking, right, having my healthy breakfast, or sort of saying, okay, you know what, I've got all my clothes now in the sales, I'm not going to buy anything anymore, or whatever their little so they're sort of happy with the situation that they're in right now, okay?
Yeah.
And that's all good, and they're going to write down their goals and say, yeah, I'm going to achieve, I don't know, lose a stone in 3 months, or whatever it might be. However, okay, what about those people that sort of, in 5 days from now, or maybe tomorrow, or maybe in a few days' time, or in a few weeks' time, they sort of at that point where they're like, and they sort of feel like they're getting back into the same rut, they're sort of falling back into the loop and the cycle of that downward spiral of sort of, missing their goals and, I'm just stressed, I'm going to have a cigarette, or, I need to buy these shoes, I need to buy these clothes, or whatever it might be. What do you recommend when their willpower starts running low?
Yeah, I mean, it's going back to knowing the motivation. So knowing the real reason why you're setting the goal. Don't just set a New Year's resolution because everybody else is doing it. Do it because you want to achieve something at the end of it. So if your motivation behind stop smoking is to save a load of money by the end of the year, then work towards that. And that in itself should be a strong enough motivator. If it's not, then probably you've picked the wrong New Year's resolution. It needs to be something that is going to motivate you. Weight loss, again, there's so many health issues around weight loss at the moment, especially in the media. And it's really important that if someone wants to lose weight, they're going to know what the healthy benefits are of losing weight. So they know what the end result is, and they know what their motivator is. And that in itself should be strong enough. definitely for those people out there that have those little wavy moments, because it might not be in 5 weeks' time, it might be in a month's time. There might be an issue that arises and they become all confused and they don't know what to do and they go back to them old selves. But if the motivator is strong enough behind that, and they know what is going to happen when they achieve that goal, then that's the light at the end of the tunnel.
You know, I'll use my own self as a personal example, right? So if you're listening, I'm thinking, well, okay, yeah, that's fine. You know, like for example, with me, I thought a few days ago, I thought, right, you know, I got married like about 18 months ago. And I thought, okay, I'm going to get back into shape. Okay. I put on 3 stone. I put on 2.5 stone in about 2 years. All right. Married weight, whatever you want to call it. Okay. And I thought to myself, right, I'm going to weigh myself. I weighed myself. And I sort of hit 16 stone. And for me, that was like, whoa, this is bad, okay? So I'm here right now doing the show with you, okay?
Yeah.
And I have bought a chocolate bar, which I'm this close to having right now, but I'm thinking, you know, I need the sugar. But the thing for me that I find personally hard is just that holding that willpower there when you're face to face with that sort of dilemma of sort of giving up or, you know what, forget it, I'm gonna have the chocolate or whatever it is. What do you suggest for people that are in that current predicament right now, perhaps at home thinking, well, I've got to be healthy?
Yeah, I mean, ultimately, you've got to really, as I said, there's a motivator there. So there's your motivation behind. You want to get back in shape. You want to achieve what you looked like or the weight that you were before. That should be, your motivator. So you know what's going to happen, and have a massive leverage there. So again, I don't know your BMI or any of your health statistics, but have a look at what your healthy statistics are, and if you know that you're in the unhealthy category of the people out there, that should be a motivator in itself, because there becomes so many different health warning and health issues revolved around being overweight at the moment. And again, they are strong enough themselves. So if there is a chocolate bar there, just throw it in the bin or give it to someone else. That should be
take it out of the room.
Yeah, throw it out of the room, get rid of it, or even better, don't buy it in the first place.
That's very true.
Counter. Or at the machine, wherever, and you're about to put the pound or how much they cost in the machine, just don't do it. Buy something else. Buy something healthy.
Another question I'm going to ask you, right? And this is one of my friends once said to me. He goes, you know what? If you want to, Arnold Schwarzenegger apparently used to say when he used to pose, he used to visualize sort of mountains on his arms and stuff. I mean, is it a bit of a sad thing for you to perhaps, I don't know, because some people say, don't buy magazines that have pictures of skinny people in them because you sort of drive yourself a bit potty trying to be skinny. I mean, is that a good thing to do or not? Like visualization in that sense?
I wouldn't, you've got to visualise it on yourself. So otherwise it won't work. You can't visualise yourself achieving something that someone else has already done. Visualise yourself. So if yours is to lose 2 or 3 stone, set yourself a specific day and visualise yourself. So, maybe get some old pictures of yourself when you felt happily and feel yourself in that state. So remember back to a situation then possibly on your wedding day when you were happy about yourself, you were happy about the weight and you were in the form that you wanted to be. Visualise yourself back in that and remember how good it felt. And then think that forward. So say, right, by this date this year in 2009, I'm going to be feeling all of those feelings and having that motivation and that feeling that I had then of that real good, healthy body that I was in. So visualization, the Arnold Schwarzenegger, that was a good thing to picture mountains on his arms. But everyone is different.
Everyone's different mountains they're trying to climb, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Cool. And the final question, why do you think people commonly sort of fail at achieving their resolutions? The 1st of Jan today, a 30th of January, they might be back at square one. Why do you think people sort of get back to that same rut, and what's the best way of keeping out of it?
Well, all of us know that it's too easy to give up. It's harder to succeed than it is to fail. And for me, it's where people don't create enough leverage. So, having that massive leverage there, for example, unhealthy things are going to happen if I continue to eat chocolate bars. Having a massive leverage there should be powerful enough in itself to keep people motivated and have that motivation behind it. Positive thinking. I mean, I use a massive formula which I use to all of my clients, and that's positive affirmations plus massive action equals unbelievable results. I mean, positive affirmations. So continually telling yourself,
talking to yourself.
Yeah, self-talk. Tell yourself, yes, I can do this, I can do it. And literally get into a regime where you continually do that every single day. When that chocolate bar's there going, do you know what, I don't know this. And then taking the massive action, massive action to achieve your results. Again, just throwing the chocolate bar in the bin isn't going to be enough. You're going to have to do something about it, i.e. go to the gym or start taking regular exercise. And then that's going to equal the unbelievable results that you're after. And if you follow that formula with pretty much anything that you do, not just New Year's resolutions, but goal setting, business, anything like that, it tends to work 99% of the time. But again, you've got to have the motivation behind it to do all of the things that you want to do.